Hey there, Fight here with a review of what I consider probably a beta status product. And the only reason I'm looking at it is because about 2 years ago I outlined basically a very similar product. Had it, created the specification, had all kinds of people bid for it. I finally hired someone to program this for me, and of course it was once again a lot of money down the drain because I stupidly hired someone from a country where people say yes and don't deliver. Something along those lines. Anyway, back to the product in question. The fundamental idea of this is very simple and very exciting. Namely, you have different elements you can embed into your emails, like for example a video, which is basically a GIF, an animated GIF of a video. You have a yes or no bar where you can ask a question. Hey, do you want this or that? Let me actually see if I started setting up a test email. All right, here we go. For example, I mean, this kind of looks a bit ugly because the frame is still around it, but that's gone in the actual email. Would you like to know more? Obviously. Or I'd rather eat Brussels sprouts. Okay, fair enough. That's pretty good. Then there's the video. You can embed, look, there's me in a GIF shaking my head. Or you have a countdown timer, or, and this truly excites me. I mean, this is absolutely fabulous. What questions do you have? And then you can have a drop down. You can have a text field where people can type in their questions. You can capture emails, and there was one more, I forget, but we'll look at that in a second. So the fundamental principle is, I absolutely love it. I mean, I had something like that specified. I wanted it developed, and it turns out it was actually really hard. And as a result, I never got anything delivered. So yes, no bar, feedback, polls, different options, a Q&A, where that's what I just showed you, the drop-down bars, etc. Group event poll I haven't even looked at yet. Countdown timers, personalized images, don't know what this is, link preview cards, call to action, does what it says on the tin. I haven't looked at this here, haven't looked at signatures, I haven't actually looked at any of the social stuff down here, or the self-destructing messages. Alrighty, so back to why I think it is beta at most. Let's go, for example, in here. Yes, no bar. Up here, you can type in your question. Do you like bananas? Question mark. And then, of course, on the yes button you go yes, and on the no button you go hell no. I kid you not, my kids don't like bananas. I don't know what is wrong with these people. There you go. Living in the land of plenty. They have too much good stuff. So here is the first gripe, I guess. Enable custom. So by default, let's step back. Why I'm complaining. This whole thing is aimed at getting people to engage with their emails, which is great. You have this in your email. Here we are, and you will find. Actually, let me show you the real email. 1 second, I'll dig that out for you. Here we go. This is my inbox. Would you like to know more? Obviously, yes. You click on here, or no, I'd rather eat Brussels sprouts. And when you click on there, well, by default, it goes to a page, but it illustrates what the intention is behind this. You basically collect responses, and they are then shown in the analytics of the dashboard. So that is actually pretty good. So it's great for eliciting feedback. Where it's not so great is then, well, I wouldn't mind figuring out who said obviously, because now I've got great information on who would like to know more about, something interesting, or who'd rather eat Brussels sprouts. And that is something you can't do because, well, there is no API to integrate with all the autoresponders, which is fair enough. I mean, I don't expect that. But if you had not one, so what you can do right now is you can put in one URL which replaces their standard one. The one that just showed you, we have captured your response or whatever it was. This in itself is not very useful to me because I can now have my own beautifully designed thank you, your response has been captured to page. But I have no way of capturing who said what, and that is the real power. I mean, that's why I do all this segmentation stuff and automation, and that's why I signed up for Kartra, and that's why I use Drip, etc., because you want to capture that information about your subscribers, and it is not an evil thing. Secretly find out what it is you want. No, it is so you can put out relevant content that is of interest to people. And like this, you can't do it. Alrighty, so that's gripe number one. And the same applies to feedback. When you get feedback and someone gives you 5 stars, well, obviously not obviously, but that's a great chance to then send them to a page where you say, oh, awesome, so glad you liked it. Would you mind giving us a quick testimonial? Whereas, pretend you have someone who gives you 1 star because they're really fed up, and then you send them over to the page that says, hey, great, thanks for giving us the feedback. Would you mind giving us a quick testimonial? Like, fuck off. So that's why you kind of need custom URLs for the different options. The same for polls, Q&A, not necessary, or necessarily, but you get the idea. So that's one kind of complaint I have. I'm just going to go through my list of things I've written to Vipul, the coder or programmer behind this. The next thing is for some reason, as you can see here, is the video. It kind of shows in the preview of Drip, but it doesn't show here. And I have absolutely no idea why that is. It is this image here. So if I click on there it is, it does work. Now, having said that, I probably wouldn't use these kinds of videos through their system. I mean, what is really nice is this. You go over to the library and you upload an image. Here you go, image or video, and you're done. Okay, that's it. I have plenty of other tools for converting videos to GIFs, etc., but they're always a pain in the backside. This one does it automatically. Going back to my original question, why am I not using or would I be using the video setting of this thing? Simply because the videos or the animated GIFs are massive. I mean, the one I've just shown you, the original video taken on my phone was 13 megs, which is already pretty ridiculously big for a 6-second video. But then this tool managed to turn it into a 30 megabyte image. And of course, you're not going to send out 30 megabyte images through Gmail. They're just going to go, thanks, but no thanks. All right. The next thing, why I think it is beta. So let's pretend I want to create an image, a video, right? So video, and I want to choose a video. Select from my uploads. Okay, I select from my uploads. Hang on. Why is there no upload button? I want to upload a new video. Oh, I can't do that. So I have to close this thing. Whatever I've done here so far, I mean, it's not very much, but pretend I'd already typed something in here and here. I now have to go to my library, upload an image, and then come back here and create a new element. Come on, seriously? So, then there are a couple of smaller bugs in there, nothing serious. Let me just look at my list over here. Oh yeah, in the Q&A, you have to stick with, I'll just show you, all right? Elements, there we go, create an element. The Q&A, it's this one here. You are stuck with the submit button, which is annoying. I'd like to be able to change the text in here, unless I can do this here. No, I can't. All right, this is it. I'm stuck with submit. I'm a control freak. I want my own text in there. But now it gets worse, in my opinion. And this is kind of what puts it straight. I mean, this is not a deal breaker. Don't get me wrong. No, not so bad. Another thing is like this here. By default, the text color is white and the background color is blue everywhere for all of these things. When I look at my emails, they're typically, black text. Look at this here. This is a standard email for me. I mean, it might just be me, but for me, it's a black text on white background. Well, guess what happens when you create an email with white text on? Well, you might think on blue background that doesn't matter. No, the blue background is a frame around the field that is being generated. So there's a blue background around this thing, and inside you have white text. And as a result, no one can read it. So, if I were to add a new field here, I mean, this one here, I love. I really love. I do love this. The surveys, or the questionnaires, they are brilliant. what do I, for example, drop down? I love this, and then you could have whatever. I love this. I love bananas, obviously. I love apples, that's okay too. And I love Brussels sprouts. Look, I can't even type the word because it's so horrible. There you go. Add this, thank you very much. Now, you kind of see the preview here, and you think, well, it's black text on white background. No, it's not. Look, it's white text. Anyway, back to the series nuisances. So, for example, when you go to Elements and you say, well, here is my letMailBox, and it is, what was it, a countdown timer, right? So, a countdown timer I put into my, where was it? Here, it's at the bottom, and actually there's another one. Oh no, I got the time zone wrong. I need to change it by 1 hour. Okay, not a problem. Let me go back in here. No edit element. I reached out to Vpool and said, look, edit, is there a reason why you didn't put it in there? And he says, well, currently I'm in the car and I will let you know, what's going on, but there is an edit or no edit functionality on purpose. So, okay, that might be a design decision. So I thought, not a problem. This is a countdown timer. It looks like this. It's counting, I've changed the color scheme. I've changed the background colors. I've set the timer. So easy peasy. What I'll do is I will create a clone of this little baby, and then I will go and change this thing. And oh, this one actually works. Okay, that's interesting. This clone does work. What didn't work earlier for me was the other one, the Q&A. So this Q&A, I tried to do a clone. Give me 1 second. I need to get the phone. Alrighty, we are back. So that clone worked. This one here, the Q&A, which you just saw earlier. No, actually, you haven't seen it. Oh, yes, you did see. Here we go. This thing, right? This whole, what questions, info product, blah, 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 blah. I want to go and create a clone. And there we go. Where's my clone? Here's my clone. Nothing here. That's why I'm saying it's beta. This, I hope he will fix. But in terms of some of the things I've mentioned, for example, create an element, Q&A, and I want to go and have several different enable custom URLs, one depending on the different buttons. He's already told me in the chat that this is open to feedback on updates, but that's a little way away on roadmap. Okay, so this is basically not going to happen very, very soon. As a result, I would say this thing is in beta, and you hopefully understand now why I think it's beta. I personally do like this one thing, this Q&A, so much that I'm going to be using it just for that. The other ones, if you have applications where you don't really care, if all you want to do is get some feedback and you don't care who said what, that's fine. Then these things are fantastic. They're great for increasing engagement. All looks lovely, but you saw what my reasoning is. I'd like to know who said what so I can give them more relevant content, because just increasing engagement is the same as displaying free beer and boobs. I mean, that gets most people excited. But at the end of the day, you need to then follow up with relevant content. It is easy to get initial engagement, but keeping engagement, that is where the real goal is. And that's a little bit difficult without the missing things that I a little bit further down on the, they are open to suggestion, but further down on the roadmap. Alrighty, hope this was useful. Let me know what you think. Oh look, I should put a survey down below. Let me know what you think. Cheers, bye.